We're here in downtown Wenatchee talking to folks about the Senate action last night on the bill to abolish the state's death penalty. We wanted to get a gauge on how people in Wenatchee feel about that. So what are your thoughts on the Senate's action last night banning the death penalty? That bill's now on its way to the House. What are your thoughts on that?
And that's in Washington State?
That's in Washington State.
Well, the death penalty is one of those kind of like abortion. It's really a tough issue. I totally agree. There's certain people that just shouldn't be around, and unfortunately we had a school shooting yesterday that's one of those things that comes to mind, that, and there is a death penalty in Florida. But at the same time, I'm always concerned that even if it's a 1 in a million shot, I never want to put someone to death that could be innocent. And we have seen cases where somebody's been on death row for years, and then based on new DNA evidence, found out that they weren't really guilty. And so I don't ever want to be the person that put somebody to death that really wasn't guilty. So benefit of the doubt, I guess.
Well, I think ultimately it comes down to upholding the law. If indeed someone is guilty of the crime that fits that capital punishment, I think that I guess I'm for it.
I think that it was a little bit on the older side of things. I think that it was part of our country and how it ran stuff. But I think that there's some wicked people on this earth, and so sometimes, in rare occasions, it might be appropriate. But luckily, we haven't had that here in Washington. So it'd be interesting to see what happens for the near future.
How about you? Do you have an opinion on that?
Well, I know when people do end up getting the death penalty, it takes such a long time and there's so many appeals and things like that. It probably is just going to end up saving money, honestly, getting rid of it. So, yeah, I don't think it's very efficient as it is anyway. So I think probably it'll maybe be better. I'm not totally sure, but I guess we'll see.
In general, I have always opposed the death penalty. I believe that it really is a cruel and unusual punishment. I believe that people, if they're convicted of a crime and they serve the time and they get life, I think it's worse to just be incarcerated for life than you're dead, because you're dead, you're dead. I mean, you pay for your crime and you're dead. But if you're in jail, you are there waiting to die forever. So I believe that that's more suitable for a person as more punishment than just killing a person. I just don't believe in killing anybody.
Those are but a few of the opinions we got here on the streets of downtown Wenatchee. As for the bill itself, the death penalty abolishment is now headed to the House, where it is expected to pass. And then Governor Jay Inslee has already indicated that he is opposed to the death penalty and will likely sign that bill if it crosses his desk. Steve Hare, NCW Life News.